welcome to SVG-TV's news for Wednesday, August 18th, 2021. I'm Triska Campbell with the details. With a number of elderly persons reportedly abandoned by family members at emergency shelters, the government has decided to have designated homes for them in the red zone. Speaking on radio this morning, Prime Minister Dr. Alf Gonsalves said that permission has been given for Roads, Buildings and General Services Authority, BRAGSA, to refurbish buildings identified in Orange Hill in the red zone to accommodate some of these persons.
We've taken the decision that at Orange Hill, remember those old wooden buildings which we had temporarily put in place when we were doing over the mental health center?
Yes, Prime Minister.
We're going to refurbish those buildings. We gave instructions to the Ministry of Works. So we can get the persons put there. Naturally, they would be under the leadership and suzerainty of the Louis Bonnet home. We'd have to hire additional staff and the like. But we have to take care of our elderly persons. Yes, the state has a responsibility, but you have a family responsibility. You can't abandon your parents and grandparents in this manner.
It was noted that there are more than 40 elderly persons abandoned at the shelters, which the Prime Minister says is worrying.
Able-bodied adults are abandoning their elderly mothers, fathers, and grandmothers and grandfathers. To tell you how difficult it is at one or two places, you take J.P. Eustace over at Edinburgh, J.P. Eustace Memorial Secondary School. Of 39 adults or thereabouts, there are 14 elderly and infirm persons, many with dementia. They've been abandoned by their families. You know what I'm telling you? Abandoned.
That's sad too.
I mean, that is not the way we behave.
Right.
The Prime Minister further stated that children are also being abandoned, which is a criminal charge for parents. He noted that parents will cry poverty, but at the same time, it is their responsibility to take care of their own, noting that the government also has a system in place to help persons in need.
Cases where some mothers and fathers are abandoning their children. Well, abandoning your child is a criminal offense, you know. And people have to have a heart, man. I know some persons would plead poverty. But the point is this. We have support systems. We have to engage the system. And we have a strong social safety net. And we put a lot of resources to this safety net. But there's some people who just can't bring it in themselves to take care of their children.
The Ministry of Agriculture is looking to identify a national production brigade of a cadre of farmers with a target of reducing the country's food import bill, which stands at $200 million. This is according to Minister Saboto Caesar, who was speaking at a handing over ceremony on Monday of over 11,000 packets of seeds from Brazil to assist with the ministry's vegetation production program.
We anticipate that a large percentage of these persons will come from the past students of the technical college, the agriculture class. We produce hundreds of students from the secondary schools in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and also from the technical college on an annual basis. And we want to reach as far back as the last 5 to 6 years. Bring these young persons into a group. Provide them with the lands. We have seeds, we have the other support. And to create a cadre of persons who will target specifically this $100 million. I spoke to the representatives of the agriculture cooperatives in St. Vincent and the Grenadines as well, because to target $100 million, it would take more than a cadre of past students. You would definitely need the support of the cooperatives, and we're going to work with the cooperatives as well.
The Agriculture Minister also noted plans for the production of new crops of vegetables using technology.
There are persons already investing into commodities like zucchini for us to zero, St. Vincent and the Grenadines to zero the zucchini imports. The persons who have invested already in the production of romaine lettuce, the increase in production of cherry tomatoes. And we did a survey of the imported commodities. We have identified several agri-ecological zones in St. Vincent and the Grenadines where these commodities can be produced.
Minister Caesar is encouraging farmers to invest in different fruits and vegetables to help decrease the food import bill, noting that there is a space for new money in agriculture, which they should pursue.
And I want persons who are listening to capture that. There is a space for new money in agriculture, for economic growth, for increase in production and productivity, if we have a group of persons who would not switch from what they're doing to this. Continue what you're doing, but you can find more lands to invest in many of the fruits and vegetables that we currently import. We are going to put together a special subcommittee of workers within the Ministry of Agriculture assigned just to this project. It will not be a general extension project, because when you're building something, you have to keep a particular focus. Can't be distracted.
Meanwhile, the Agriculture Minister expressed solidarity with the government and people of Haiti, reeling from devastation caused by a 7.2 earthquake. Minister Caesar said that he is following closely the impact on the country's agricultural sector and food security, noting that the Ministry of Agriculture stands ready to lend support in this area.
The Ministry of Agriculture in St. Vincent and the Grenadines will be meeting later on today to see what sort of assistance that we can put together to intimate such to the OECS Secretariat, so that we can have a better appreciation as to how we can be of assistance and help in this very important time of need in Haiti.
Caesar said in times of crisis, such as with the recent eruptions of La Soufrière volcano, and a number of countries and organizations came to SVG's assistance, which he is grateful for, especially the support for agriculture, which was heavily impacted.
Solidarity has its dictionary definition, but the Director General and the multilateral framework within ICA, they have worked over the last few months to operationalize what to some is just a dictionary meaning of solidarity. The brotherhood, the love shown to the government and people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines over the last few months since the first eruption of La Soufrière, and also we had the impact of Elsa, has really been heartwarming, and I want to thank ICA, thank the DG and his team on behalf of the government and people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
President of the SVG Red Cross, Bernard Morgan, has also pledged support of the organization to Haiti as that nation grapples with the aftermath of a 7.2 magnitude earthquake on August 14th. Morgan said that SVG Red Cross is in support of the people of Haiti and stands in solidarity with them during this moment of need. He stated that through the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies, he is pledging his support of appropriate human resources to respond in the areas of disaster management and operations. He said the SVG Red Cross has done it before and is more than prepared to assist Haiti during this time. The Red Cross president said despite the fact that Vincentians are suffering from the effects of a volcanic eruption, he is confident that Vincentians would also see the need to assist Haiti at this time. Children 12 years and older encouraged to take Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine, which were rolled out last weekend. This and other stories when we return with more local news. Stay with us. Welcome back. The Ministry of Health and the Environment began administering the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine last Saturday, August 14th at 6 health centers. On Radio Today, Prime Minister Dr. Afghan Saab said that based on reports, there seemed to be an increase in vaccination due to the availability of the Pfizer vaccine, but this will have to be analyzed.
Bit by bit, I understand that there has been a reasonable uptick on the Pfizer.
Pfizer.
I was told so. I don't know if this was just a group of people who were just waiting on the Pfizer, or we'll see it happening. We have 35,000 doses now for the Pfizer, and we have 3 tranches getting. I hope we don't have to give away vaccines.
Let's hope not.
Let's come back. We have all kind of problems. I was outlining some this morning, and there's some pre-existing one.
The latest report by the Ministry of Health showed that 26,431 persons have been vaccinated in SVG. Of 16,213 have taken the first dose, and 10,218 are fully vaccinated. Meanwhile, on SVG's Health's Facebook page today, it was made known that children 12 years and older are eligible to receive the Pfizer vaccine, and persons were asked to call any of the health centers to register their child, grandchild, or family member to take the jab. The health centers listed are Georgetown Health Center, Levi Latham Health Complex, Stubbs Polyclinic, Bookament Polyclinic, Community Nursing Services, Beckway Health Center, and Union Island. No new positive COVID-19 cases were reported from 129 samples processed on Tuesday, August 17th. No new recoveries were also noted over the reporting period. 50 cases are currently active and 12 persons with COVID-19 have died. 2,320 cases of COVID-19 and 2,258 recoveries have been recorded in St. Vincent and the Grenadines since March 2020. The health authorities say in view of the increased risk of infection with the subsequent transmission of COVID-19 posed by the growing incidences of variants of concern in persons entering St. Vincent and the Grenadines, strict compliance with all protocols and recommendations, including the effective use of masks, physical distancing, hand sanitizing, and immunization with the available vaccines is strongly recommended. The Methodist Church Kingston Chateaubelair Circuit handed over a health scale to the Levi Latham Health Complex. The scale that was donated by Cosmos and Andre Bailey of Island-Wide Transportation Services is to be used in the foot care department of the Levi Latham Health Complex. Speaking at the handing over ceremony, Superintendent Minister of Methodist Kingston Chateaubelair Circuit, Reverend Adolph Davis, said their donations to clinics and health centers is a demonstration of love and care for the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
It is our way of saying that we are genuinely concerned about what is happening with people around us. We demonstrate that we care when we make donations to the clinics, because we are concerned that people, we can do our part so that people can have better health care and contribute in that part of that narrative. And again, in doing so, saying, look, we are concerned that people are sick and people struggle and suffer through different difficulties and issues. You know, we demonstrate our love when, you know, persons, a young man in particular, you know, wants to get into farming, and you know, we say, well, let's see how we could help him, because we care about him and we really want to see him do well, not just in farming, but for him to know that God cares about him, and through that experience to be able to truly love God and experience the blessing of God.
Foot health practitioner Sister Elfreda Leonti received the health scale on behalf of the Levi Latham Health Complex. She thanks the church and all the persons who came together to make the donation possible.
Very happy and grateful to say thank you for donating this scale to our institution. I am assuring you that it will be put to good use and it will be used effectively in the measurements of the patient's weight and height. Thank you very much to the Kingston Chateaubelair Circuit for considering me, and to Ms. James, who facilitated this venture. I am very grateful. Thank you, thank you.
In other news now, the police are investigating a report of burglary made by a 23-year-old businessman of Prospect against some unknown persons. The police say, according to investigations, the assailants entered the Prime Auto Service building as a trespasser and stole a black DVR box, a black cash pan, and $10,500 in cash, the property of the virtual complainant. The incident is said to have occurred at Stony Grounds between August 11th and 12th, 2021. Persons with information can assist this investigation are asked to contact the Assistant Commissioner in charge of crimes at 456-1339, that's 456-1339, or the Office in charge of Criminal Investigations Department at 456-1810, that's 456-1810, or any police station, police officer that you are comfortable with. All information, the police say, will be treated confidentially.